Good news, everybody. This is Wolfphototech coming directly to you through the power of the internet. For the power of the internet compels you to check out all my social media channels. And that was just orange. This video is going to be just, yes, orange. I know I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them soon. Okay? But this video is basically just a general update to all my social media channels. My Facebook page, my 3 YouTube channels. There's actually more than 3 YouTube channels, but several of them are experimental channels that I use to test theories on. So, more like hypotheses, but hypothesis is an idea that has some observable relationship in reality, but has not been proven out by repeated studies. A theory is a comprehensive concept explaining why something happens, and it's been backed up by a series of experiments over time. So, there you go. But I'm going to talk about my Facebook page, my YouTube channels, and a little bit about my Twitter. I'm not going to bother with DeviantArt because I basically don't even go over there anymore. I will also bring up Google+. And I also have multiple pages on Google+, but I will only bring up the 3 major ones, which they are related to the YouTube channels. Now, first and foremost, I will cross-post this video on my Facebook page and my main Wolfphototech Facebook page. I'm not going to bother with the old ones. I'm not going to bother with the Jason Shatner one. By the way, the link to Clicky Dog. My dog just came right in here. By the way, you want to see dog and kitty videos, but mostly kitty videos, go to the Jason Shatner YouTube channel. Jason Shatner. Alright. The clicky dog has exited the room because I blockaded the window, and the clicky dog cannot see out the window. So, but this video will be cross-posted on the Facebook page, the Wolfphototech base, the main Wolfphototech Facebook page, which you might be watching right now, and it will be cross-posted on the general Wolfphototech, the Wolfphototech channel on YouTube, which is the same name as the Facebook page, same spelling too. And then there's the Wolfphototech Gaming News channel, which I will also post this up onto. So there's going to be a total of three places you can watch this video on. Now, the Wolfphototech Gaming News channel has a different spelling from all the other Wolfphototech channels. The Facebook page, the spelling of Wolfphototech is like this: WOLFFOETOWTECH. There's a Wolfphototech Facebook page with that spelling, and there's also a Wolfphototech YouTube channel with that spelling. The YouTube channel mostly has random videos of stuff that happen, and I decided I wanted to make a joke about, and just uploaded it there. At some point in the future, I might turn that into a general news channel, or a general learning channel, or something like that. You know, just a channel where I talk about ideas and things I see in the world, okay? But there's that. Then there's the Wolfphototech Gaming News channel, which has Wolf, and the word photo. And this is, yeah, the word photo, like photograph, and then tech at the end. And that is my other channel, which is my major channel right now. At some point, I'm gonna unbox all these amiibos back here. Uh, Hopefully, I can get to the 50 sub count on the Wolfphototech Gaming News channel soon. I'm very eager for that moment, and I would also like to get to 25 likes on the Facebook page, and I would like to get to the 50 sub mark on the general Wolfphototech channel soon. Twitter, I'm not going to bother uploading a video to Twitter on this because my intro is about as long as half of the maximum record time on Twitter. There's a fly that's bothering the crap out of me, but the maximum record time on the Twitter for Twitter videos is 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and just explaining my intro and my set, what I'm going with, just takes up that 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'm going to go on from there. First and foremost, on the Facebook page, the Wolfphototech Facebook page, I just mostly upload. I see some memes somewhere, I think they're funny or interesting, I put them up on that page. I link other pages and other memes from other pages to that page. I occasionally put videos up on it here and there. What I'm also thinking of doing is, because Facebook has a more lenient policy on gameplay videos, I will probably do my gameplay videos on that Facebook page. Sorry for the sneezies. But if I'm gonna upload any videos of me playing video games, it's gonna be to my Wolfphototech Facebook page. So if you're watching this on my Wolfphototech Facebook page, you are probably going to see more videos coming, but they will be more gameplay videos and videos pointing out things in other media like TV and movies. So it's a little looser standard on there, and I can kind of fly with it because Facebook basically doesn't pay out anyone unless Facebook decides, hey, you are worth being paid for this. Here's what we're willing to pay you for it. So due to that, all the entry level stuff is pretty much loose and free. And I don't care about making money. I just want to get to a point where I'm not losing money, okay? And at this point, I'm losing money. But even if I'm going to continue to lose a little money from here to eternity, I don't really care. It's just something fun I can share with the world. And like, what else? My cat Orange is staring at a wall. Orange! Come here, Orange. He will come. Right? He's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? So the Facebook page is going to get more of my gameplay videos, and I currently don't have a capture card, so it's basically going to be me propping my camera or my phone up in front of a TV and recording off the TV screen. So that is going to be ha in itself. It's not going to be the worst because I kind of worked out the exact angle as to not get a ton of reflection and a whole bunch of other crap, but it's really not optimal to do all the time. And it's kind of hard to do a few other things from that. I don't have that much room. So if you ever saw the movie Batman and Robin, no, was it Batman and Robin or Batman Forever? But it was with the Joker, and it had a Two-Face. But my bedroom is like a video game version of Edward Nygma's apartment. It's just my room, my place is just one long corridor, and you are literally looking at half of it. The other half is, I mean, like, this angle here is the ceiling going up to the roof, which is, this is an old attic, so right here on the other side of this is the roof. There's no space up there, really, except for where the insulation is. But it just goes up angle like that, and then another, from this mushroom hat over, there is another 2 or 3, yeah, 3 feet that way. So it's basically, I have a chair or a bed, a twin bed. It takes up this much space. There's a 2-foot space for walkway, and then there's enough space for a dresser. But the whole length of the room is basically just stacks of video games and magazines and doodads. But that's just my place. So it's kind of hard to set up cameras and light things properly because the only window is at the far opposite end. I always described my room, my place, as if you walked into a really long walk-in closet. It just has enough room on each side that you could put a shelf or a rack for clothing, and you could walk. You have 2 or 3 feet down the center to walk. So there you go. But so that's my Facebook page and my living arrangements. So I will start doing more videos of me playing video games sometime in the near future, and I will upload them to my Facebook page. And if you are looking at this from my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel or my Wolfphototech YouTube channel, the link to the Facebook page is in the description below. So you just go into the description, you go all the way down, you'll see this channel is owned by Jason Shatner. There's a link to a Facebook page there, Jason Shatner, and then there's a link to another page called Wolfphototech on Facebook, and that will take you to the Facebook page where I'm going to post most of my gameplay videos. As for on to the next thing, which is my Twitter channel, the maximum record time is 2 minutes and 20 seconds for a Twitter video, or at least at my current point. I think other people have earned the right to have longer recorded videos because they have been around longer and have had more followers. But I'm still at that 2-minute mark. So what I would basically do at very most is maybe do on the Twitter video is a quick shot news report. Just in other words, I'm going to make a video, I'm going to report the news in a snap, bam, no opinion, and just move on. And that'll be it. It still takes a long time to upload, so all the news videos I would be making on my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel will not necessarily have a brief news video on Twitter. I will just only do the Twitter one here and there every so often. Just something else beyond the Facebook one. And that's pretty much it. The Twitter is basically just a transport conduit between my YouTube channels to my Facebook account, and to just spread things around so you can kind of get little bits of this and that. I'm a long, rambly kind of person, so I'm not going to just do 1,000 little ramble videos on Twitter just to get one point along. So there. My nose is irritated as all heck. I don't know what it is. there I am done. I'm basically done talking about Twitter for now. On to my Google Plus. There's the Jason Shatner Google Plus, there's the Wolfphototech Google Plus, and then there's the Wolfphototech Gaming News Google Plus pages. For the most part, it's just basically promotion over from my YouTube and a splattering of some memes and quick little observational bits related to the YouTube channels that they are tied to. There's not going to be much more beyond that on the Google Plus. However, I will wander about the planet of Google Plus, and I will meet and greet people here and there. Same thing with Facebook, and which will also be the same thing with YouTube. I'm going to wander around and talk with people. There's a lot of YouTubers who get really big, or social media people, and they basically retreat into their channel. They stop appearing so much around other social media networks or going around. They tend to restrict down to their core fans, and they tend to stop socializing with new people. And a lot of fans and people who watch YouTube channels tend to become disenfranchised by the feeling that they are super fans, but the person of the YouTube channel or the social media website that they are admiring is not reciprocating back to them. And I will basically... That fly is annoying as hell. But I will always try to get off my channel and roam around and find new channels to stop by, watch a ton of videos, and hang out. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to talk about an idea or an initiative I am planning, and this is going to be like the proposal of this initiative. But here we go. On to the next thing. On to my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel. That's the Wolfphototech with the photo as in photograph in the name. I am going to try to upload more regularly on that channel. I'm going to try to be quicker about uploads. Now, during spring, summer, fall, I work a day job, I work full time, and I essentially end up situations where the news breaks out at 9 a.m. in the morning, and I don't find out about it until lunchtime or after I get home from work. And I will try to make a video as quickly as possible about that news event and share it with everyone. I'm also going to try to get back to more regular uploads and more frequent uploads. This can be difficult just because I am very busy and I have a lot of things to do. So, there. Also note, it takes a long time to upload a video like this, depending on the situation on the internet in my area. And by the way, I live out in the countryside, so a bunch of kids getting home, hopping on the computers, on the video game systems, you can actually tell, I'm not joking, you can actually tell when people get off the internet in the local area. Okay? I'm not talking about my personal connection, but I mean the network in my area has slowdown periods and fast periods. In the middle of the night, it is basically really fast. Basically, after 1 or 2 o'clock, the internet is really quick. I could make a 30-minute video and it could go up in less than 10 minutes. However, if I make a 30-minute video, say around noon, and try to upload it at say 6 or 7 o'clock in the afternoon, it will take an hour and a half for it to upload. I mean, 30 minutes takes an hour and a half to upload. So that is a substantial step off right there. I'm not talking about people being on my personal network, like my Wi-Fi network in the house or anything like that. I mean like the countryside. I mean the towers, the lines, everything, okay? So that is how thin the internet network out in the area I live is that when everyone gets on it, it really slows down. So there we go. And I will try to do more types of videos on my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel. Now on to my next channel, which is, I'm not going to talk about my other Wolfphototech channel, which is just Wolfphototech, like the one I showed you earlier with the green letters, with a foe as in foe like enemy, and toe as a T-O-W. I'm sorry, I'm a little gassy at this moment. But I'm going to talk about my Jason Shatner YouTube channel. And that channel basically has kitty videos and doggy videos and a little this and a little that. It's mostly just cute animal videos, kittens and puppies and stuff like that. And there's also a few videos of Orange. Come here, Orange. Come here, Orange. He's just looking at me like, why do you keep calling me over? So, there. If you enjoy puppies and kitty videos, you enjoy videos like that, you can find that channel by either going to the channels section on my Wolfphototech Gaming channel or my Wolfphototech channel, and you will find a channel called Jason Shatner, and you click on that, you go there, and you will find puppy and kitty videos. And I will try to upload a bit more frequently on that channel. However, that is a secondary channel to my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel. My Wolfphototech Gaming News channel is number one on my YouTube channels now, and I will upload videos to that channel first, my video game news and reviews and stuff like that, and my video game unboxings and things like that. And then I will try to work in my kitty videos here and there on my Jason Shatner YouTube channel. Now, that pretty much covers the Jason Shatner YouTube channel. The third channel, which is actually labeled often as my main channel, but it's just Wolfphototech, and I just upload random videos here and there, will eventually turn into my general news and information channel. I will, on occasion, do videos about general news topics like war and famine and pestilence and hate crimes. You know, the whole YouTube thing is about demonetization. I found it really humorous and fascinating that so many YouTubers, after that came out, freaked out about it. And then I kind of like, okay, the only true problem with that is that you upload a video about a war or a scary subject, and you lose monetization on that video. It doesn't count as a strike towards your channel or anything like that. It just means you don't make money. And I then stopped and thought, you know what? First and foremost, money is not the most important thing. They are worrying about money. and I could just go ahead and just get a newspaper or talk about a news subject I found on the internet, and for me to not be able to monetize that video is no big problem. I'm used to losing money constantly. It doesn't matter. So the other channels running away from controversial, scary subjects is just another opportunity for me to personally go into that territory and find another footing to stand in. I may not have all my videos monetized on that channel simply due to the fact that it is a video about war and YouTube thinks it's not advertiser friendly subject, or politics and things like that, but it's still important to talk about. And being that there's the concern that YouTube is may actually trying to be forcing people off of certain subjects by demonetizing them, making it harder to operate a channel on about news on that particular subject. It just makes it more important to talk about that subject. So even though you are no longer earning money for those types of videos, talking about scary concepts or news, if anything, it has become more important to talk about those. So at some point in the future, most likely later on in the fall or winter, when I just have ridiculous amount of time to do stuff like that, because I get laid off in the winter, I end up with either reduced hours or no hours at various periods of time, depending on how bad the weather is. I just have another opportunity to sit down and do something and talk about ideas and concepts that kind of scare some of the more pathetic people in the world. So, there we go. Now, if you kind of lasted through this entire video and you heard me, I basically just covered my Wolfphototech channel, not my gaming news channel. I already talked about my gaming news channel. I talked about my Facebook strategy. I talked about my Twitter. I talked about my Google Plus, and I talked about my YouTube channels, which is my Wolfphototech Gaming News channel, my Jason Shatner channel, and my Wolfphototech channel. And that leaves me with my other social media accounts, my old DeviantArt, which I hardly ever visit anymore. And I just occasionally put an update on there. Hey, this video is out, this and that. I don't do much drawing or painting or photography anymore. I haven't done that in years. I was just basically uploading my old stuff from high school, grade school, high school, after high school years onto my DeviantArt, and that's it. I might go back there at some point in the future and do some new stuff, but then again, it's called DeviantArt, and I'm just not going to spend too much energy on DeviantArt anymore. I just stop through, say hi to old friends, check out some artwork, and then leave for the most part. So that's my DeviantArt right there. On to the final point. At some point in the future, I might try to rally together small YouTubers, and I'm going to try to create an initiative to ally small YouTubers together for the greater good of smaller YouTubers. And there's a dozen simple strategies we can go about doing this, But one of the easy ones I thought about was basically creating multiple playlists of small YouTubers. That is one simple step. Creating another Google Plus group for small YouTubers to post on, and let's make everyone who's over 100,000 no longer eligible as a member for that group. Uh, that is also a possibility. But then again, 100,000 is not that big. We could debate all we want about that. But try to help promote small YouTubers. Now, the thing with a lot of small YouTubers is, first and foremost, everyone under it's how much money YouTubers make on a video varies greatly by views and levels of participation and the types of ads on the videos and so many other things. But generally, as it was pointed out or explained by various other YouTubers, larger YouTubers, is that once a YouTuber passes the 100,000 subscriber mark, they are at that magical point where they will start to periodically earn just enough money to live off of YouTube. So if they're at the 100,000 subscriber mark, there will be periods of time where they will make enough money to pay their rent, eat, and pay their utilities and other bills. And there'll be periods where they fall short, but that 100,000 mark is usually where small YouTubers get just enough earnings to at least become independent of doing other things. And that is usually the transition point where a lot of YouTubers go from being working a full-time job and doing YouTube on the side to trying to do mostly YouTube and maybe having a small part-time job, or just simply quitting their day job and just doing YouTube as a job. So there's an interesting transition point right there at the 100,000 subscriber mark. It's not specifically tied to 100 subscriber mark, but it is generally that magical period when a YouTuber has potentially plus or minus some dollars and potential, and depending on where they live, they may gain the ability to be independent just off of that income. So it is very important, as I'm going to point out to many other people again, that people at that just at that $100,000 mark and under are losing a lot of money, are typically either losing money or just barely making enough money to cover what they do on YouTube. So try to show some love for all the YouTubers under the 100,000 mark. Try to hunt them down, subscribe to them. If you are another small YouTuber, generally try to hang out on those channels as much as possible. I generally try to do that myself. Those are the best YouTubers to hang out with. Now, a lot of people try to brown nose the million subscriber mark people, the people with 1 million in the ones, the tens, the hundreds, millions subscribers, and hoping that they will get famous by that. Now the problem is that those YouTubers have thousands and thousands of comments on their channels and on their videos, and I mean each video has thousands of comments, and they have hundreds of thousands of views and all kinds of crazy stuff. The odds of them stopping and talking with you is incredibly small, and even teeny tinier amount is that them shouting you out and instantly catapulting you up into fame is even tinier, microscopic in fact. So if your strategy is basically to brown nose the super big YouTubers like PewDiePie and Markiplier and a bunch of others like Philip DeFranco and what else? Matthew Santoro or the Fine Brothers, you are most likely not gonna be shouted out and elevated from the peasant masses up into God status, because those people are very busy and they have hundreds of thousands to millions of voices screaming at them for attention. And at that point, it is almost nearly it's just incredibly tiny possibility of anyone being catapulted up like that. So I wouldn't be bothering too much with brown nosing them for the hopes that they are gonna catapult you into God status. Uh, most of the best YouTubers to work with are the teeny tiny YouTubers. Now, as I would say, I'm not trying to say that the big YouTubers are just assholes that live to make money and be famous, but there is a good portion of them that are greedy people who only want to make money, or who are entirely just trying to look out for what they need in the world, and trying to help out tiny people sounds like a good PR thing, and they may act like they are trying to help out the small masses, but they are in fact just more or less interested in taking care of their own business and trying to look good doing it. And I'm not trying to bash PewDiePie or Markiplier or any of those YouTubers, but that just is the reality that exists around super YouTubers, is that they have tons of people screaming and yelling in their direction and around them, that is hoping that so much could happen if famous YouTubers just recognized them and elevated them, which is not the reality. Some big YouTubers might pick a person out. They go to their channel, they check out their stuff, they see it's good, and they might shout that person out. But the astronomical odds of that happening is incredibly tiny. So my advice is just, if you're a small YouTuber and you're hoping to be famous, just work on your stuff and visit many YouTubers and many small YouTubers, because small YouTubers are probably more likely to stop by your channel, because a small YouTuber has only a couple tens to hundreds to thousands of subscribers. They are more likely to see you because there's fewer other people shouting in their direction. And if they do see you show up more frequently here and there, they are more likely to visit you, because it's easier to spot an individual in a crowd of 100 people than it is to spot an individual in a crowd of 100,000 people commenting. So there we go. I'm not talking as in this. This should be like your strategy. Ignore all giganto YouTubers. If you enjoy their channels, go check them out, watch them, have fun. But if that's your strategy to become a super YouTuber yourself, it's not likely. You are probably more likely to pick up more followers from hanging out with other small YouTubers and other medium-sized YouTubers than the Super Gigantos. Okay? Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on the video. If you are interested in any of my other stuff, please check out my other channels and various other things. And don't forget to subscribe to any channel that seems interesting or you might like. And check out my Facebook pages and stuff like that. I will try to work on various other projects here and there and see what I can get cooking up for everyone. So, see you on the flip side.